When I first started making my own money, I felt powerful, like I finally had control over my life. I grew up hearing that money brings freedom, so I thought spending it meant I was free. Every paycheck felt like a little celebration. I'd walk into a store just to look, and walk out with a new bag, a lipstick, or a gadget I didn't need. Trendy clothes, skincare, phone cases, home decor, you name it. Half the time, I didn't even open the boxes. But that quick swipe of a card felt like proof I was doing okay, that I was moving forward. I followed every trend and told myself I deserved it. When guilt crept in, I'd say, well, I work hard. But the truth was, I wasn't buying things, I was buying a feeling. Then came the decluttering phase. Every few months, I'd pull everything out, make piles of keep, donate, and maybe. It felt liberating for a week, and then the midnight scrolling returned. It turned into a cycle: buy, regret, declutter, repeat. The funniest part? When I first learned to swim, I couldn't even float, but I had gear like an Olympic athlete. Just kidding, but you get the point. Shopping stopped feeling fun. I felt tired, like I was chasing something I couldn't catch. My apartment looked neat, but my mind felt crowded. Then I checked my savings and realized nothing had grown. That's when I opened up to a friend. She listened and said, maybe don't just stop spending, redirect your focus. Start creating. I didn't fully get it, but the words stayed with me. A few weeks later, by pure chance, I found my dad's old camera while cleaning the closet. I wiped off the dust, curious whether it still worked, and decided to take it outside. That weekend, I started taking photos: morning light on the kitchen table, reflections in bus windows, strangers holding hands at crosswalks. It wasn't planned, but something about capturing quiet moments made me feel calm again. At night, instead of browsing shopping apps, I browsed my own shots. I edited colors, cropped edges, added tiny captions. I stopped needing to buy inspiration because I was making it. Around the same time, I began running. 10 minutes at first, barely breathing, then longer. It became my morning ritual. Lace up, step outside, listen to my footsteps before the city wakes up. Those simple routines filled the space that shopping used to fill. I wanted movement and meaning, not another box at my door. Months passed before I noticed I hadn't bought anything useless. When my friend asked what changed, I laughed. I guess I was never buying things. I was buying comfort. Now, the things I buy have a reason, a lens I'll use for years, running shoes that carry me forward, a coffee I actually have time to enjoy. I used to think happiness came from what I owned. Now I know it comes from where I place my energy. When my heart has direction, my wallet finally finds peace. What kind of buyer are you? We all spend money for different reasons: comfort, habit, identity, or meaning. These 4 voices show how buying is never just about things. It's about who we are and what we seek.
The minimalist worker, too busy to buy. I work as a project manager in a tech company, and my days are a mix of meetings, deadlines, and endless updates. Shopping used to be fun when I was younger, but now it just feels like another task on my to-do list. There are too many choices. When I see 100 versions of the same product, I lose patience before I even start comparing. So I buy the same things again and again: the same notebook, the same shampoo, the same sneakers. If it works, I stick to it. For me, simplicity saves time, energy, and peace of mind.
The trend follower: buy now, regret later. I used to dream of becoming a fashion influencer. My closet was like a trend museum: cottagecore dresses, oversized blazers, everything I saw online. Each time I clicked add to cart, I told myself this outfit represented a new version of me. But deep down, I knew it was just impulse. Whenever I felt stressed or lonely, online shopping became therapy. For a few minutes, I felt seen, confident, alive. But when the packages arrived, the excitement disappeared faster than the unboxing video. Now I'm trying to tell the difference between what I like and what I truly need.
The overspender, buying comfort. There was a time when I thought buying things could fix how I felt. I bought self-help books, aromatherapy oils, yoga mats, all in the name of self-care. But most of them stayed unopened. I wasn't really investing in healing. I was collecting symbols of comfort, as if owning them could make me feel whole. Each purchase was like a promise: this will make me better. But the truth, it never did. One day, I looked around my apartment,
shelves full of untouched, healing tools, and realized I was trying to buy peace instead of finding it. Now, I still like beautiful things, but I ask myself before buying, will this truly help me, or just help me escape?
The sentimental collector, buying memories. I'm not into brands or trends. I buy postcards, little souvenirs, and books from every city I visit. Each item feels like a memory I can hold. But as years passed, my shelves became crowded. One day, while dusting, I realized I wasn't keeping memories. I was keeping proof that I had lived happily. That hit me hard. Now I still buy things, but only one per trip, something small, meaningful, timeless. I've learned that buying isn't about owning, it's about connecting. To moments, to stories, to the feeling of being alive.
Let's explore the emotions that often hide behind our shopping habits. Sometimes we buy things to comfort ourselves, to escape, or simply to feel in control. Listen and repeat these examples to notice what each emotion sounds like in real life. Comfort. Seek comfort in buying. I used to seek comfort in buying things I didn't need. Guilt. Feel a wave of guilt after shopping. I felt a wave of guilt after buying something I didn't even like. Relief. Feel relieved once I decide not to buy. I felt relieved when I closed the app and walked away. Control. Buy things to feel in control. I used to buy planners and notebooks to feel in control of my life. Escape. Use shopping as an escape. Sometimes I use shopping as an escape from stress or boredom. Joy. Feel genuine joy when buying something meaningful. I feel genuine joy when I buy something I'll use every day. Take a moment to think, which of these emotions do you recognize in yourself the most? And what does that feeling really try to tell you?
Let's use the structure, state, do, and feel to reflect on your spending habits. Think about what triggers your decisions to buy, what kinds of things you usually purchase, and how those choices make you feel afterward. Step 1. State. Describe your current relationship with buying. When do you usually feel the urge to buy something? When you're happy, stressed, or just bored? What kind of things catch your attention the most? Useful words: impulse, comfort, reward, stress, boredom, desire, control, escape. You can say, my shopping habits usually reflect my emotions, especially stress or boredom. I tend to buy things when I feel lonely or anxious. Buying something makes me feel comforted and in control, at least for a moment. Step 2. Do. Explain what you actually buy and how you decide. Do you plan your purchases, compare options, or just act on impulse? Do you buy more for function or emotion? Useful words: essentials, collections, trends, comfort items, gifts, online shopping, secondhand, minimalist. You can say, I usually buy small comfort items like candles or snacks because they help me feel relaxed. When I shop, I look for things that make my space feel cozy and personal. I don't buy things often, but when I do, it's usually because I want to reward myself after a stressful week. Step 3. Feel. Reflect on how you feel after buying something. Do you feel satisfied, guilty, excited, or regretful? What emotions are you really chasing when you spend? Peace, joy, control, or belonging? Useful words: satisfaction, regret, calm, guilt, excitement, control, emptiness, relief. You can say, after buying something, I usually feel calm and satisfied because it gives me a short sense of relief. Sometimes I realize I was trying to comfort my emotions through shopping. Now I'm learning to pause and take a deep breath before I buy.
From buying to meaning. When we stop treating shopping as comfort or escape, we can reclaim our creative energy. I used to buy things to feel inspired, but now I create something small to feel alive. I used to reward myself with shopping, but now I reward myself with rest. I used to buy tools to start new hobbies, but now I start first and buy later. I used to buy comfort, but now I find it in movement, walking, writing, or taking photos.